Denver hit 90 degrees again today, the 60th time this year. That ties the 5th most 90-degree days ever in Denver. And while the metro area saw some high temps, hey, look at this. This is the top of Pikes Peak. Wet conditions, little sprinkling of snow, just a little dusting there and along the world's highest cog railway.
60 90-degree days.
Yep.
No.
I'm trying to remember number 42.
Yeah.
I don't know.
No, nobody is excited about this. So we're going to bring in a little change tonight, you guys. There's a cool front coming in that may bring some beneficial rain showers to Denver tomorrow and a little more light snow like we saw there up around the Pikes Peak area. There's some cold air and some moisture coming. Today was toasty warm, not quite the record of 99. We started at 60, hit 90. We should be closer to 82 this time of year. And we're tracking some stray showers out there, not bringing a lot of water, but that might change tomorrow with the arrival of a cool front. And we need it because Thursday, high fire danger. That will be the weather topic of the day. Temperatures have cooled only slightly. We're still in the 70s this 10 o'clock hour. Winds picking up a little bit out of the west and southwest. That front is approaching. The showers moving through, producing some wind and lightning and a little bit of rain south of Lyman and Colorado Springs. But it's really going to be in the next 12 hours that we start to feel the effects of that incoming cool front. All of the timing and impact of that coming up.
The Republican district attorney who let a high-profile murder case unravel on her and then turned to investigate the judge is now being disbarred. Linda Stanley will no longer be able to serve as DA for Chaffee, Fremont, Custer, and Park counties.
9 News reporter Janelle Finch joins us now. And Janelle, Stanley went from the center of a major case to losing her law license.
Linda Stanley botched the murder case against Barry Morphew, then targeted the judge in the case. Morphew was accused of killing his missing wife, Suzanne, in 2020. The 83-page decision from a panel under the Colorado Supreme Court included several complaints for how Stanley handled herself in and out of the courtroom.
My name is Linda Stanley.
Linda Stanley is marking the end of her time as a district attorney with the potential end of her career.
It's certainly a fall from grace.
9 News legal expert Scott Robinson says Stanley can't be jailed for unethical behavior, but disbarment is nearly as severe. The state's complaints accuses Stanley of misconduct while handling the murder case against Barry Morphew.
If District Attorney Linda Stanley had only violated discovery rules and withheld exculpatory evidence, I don't think she would have been recommended for disbarment.
The state says Stanley made inappropriate comments about the case to the media and launched a secret investigation into the presiding judge in retaliation for his rulings.
We want to make sure that the people who are representing the state of Colorado in criminal cases are acting ethically. And the vast majority of prosecutors do just that. That's why it was really troublesome to learn about what Linda Stanley was accused of.
The Colorado Supreme Court will make the ruling on Stanley's future.
They are the final say.
Attorney Iris Edon, who represented Morphew, hopes the disbarment sticks. In a statement to 9 News, she writes, "This was absolutely the right outcome. Linda Stanley will no longer be permitted to wield significant power as a prosecutor." Edon says this only came about after Stanley harmed many people and caused great damage. The Colorado District Attorney's Council says Stanley is still acting DA as the disbarment won't take effect for another 35 days. During this time, she can still appeal the decision. In the studio, Janelle Finch, 9 News.
Fourth day of testimony in the trial of the King Soopers shooter brought law enforcement to the stand today, including the officer who shot the suspect.
9 News investigates. Kevin Vaughn has been in court every day, and tonight he shares that officer's dramatic account.
Inside the Boulder police station, Richard Stidell was ready for lunch when his radio chirped. Active shooter at King Soopers. Then, the words of the first officer to get there.
She was calling out that she was on scene and that there were parties down in front of the store. I knew immediately it was real. This was not a training scenario that I've been through. This is going to be real, and I was just prepping my mind on what I was about to see.
Stidell was one of 9 officers to testify today, all from the second group that entered the store after a gunman killed Officer Eric Talley and 9 others.
We have to stop the dying, so we have to get in there, challenge the threat at the time, and then treat the victims afterwards. But
Stidell took charge, telling the group they had to go in and search for the shooter.
Music in the store was going, but other than that, it was quiet. It was super quiet.
Inside, they looked left and right, searching.
That's when a gunman emerged from the back of the store down my line of sight. Somebody yelled, "There he is." And then I just remember hearing gunshots. The glass behind me blew up. And then I saw the threat happen so fast down the aisle. I initially maybe fired 1 to 2 shots off, and then I immediately hit the ground or the floor.
90 seconds passed.
I waited, felt like forever. And that's when the gunman in the back of the store emerged again. At that point, I shot maybe 5 to 10 rounds down the aisle.
Stidel wouldn't know for hours he'd hit the shooter in the thigh. The man later surrendered without firing another shot. After it was over, Stidel saw Brian Pleiter, who'd been at the front as they entered the store.
Emotionally, once everything died down, I immediately went back to the command post where everybody regrouped, and I think Officer Pleiter was by me, and I just gave him a big hug and broke down.
In Boulder, Kevin Vaughn, 9 News.
The gunman has pleaded not guilty by reason of insanity. Prosecutors have to prove he was sane on the day of the incident to obtain convictions on 10 counts of first-degree murder and dozens of other charges. Testimony resumes tomorrow.
We're learning more about the man who shot a Colorado State trooper in Westminster over the weekend. That trooper returned fire, killed the man. The trooper survived. The Adams County coroner today identified that attacker as Victor de Santiago. 32-year-old lived in Thornton. According to court records, he was born in California, had a long rap sheet years long in Colorado with arrests ranging from drug possession to felony assault. CSP says he shot Corporal Ty Simcox as Simcox was driving on Highway 36 west of Federal Saturday afternoon. A witness told us she watched it happen as she was driving by with her kids in the car.
It was unsettling. It kind of messed with my sense of peace and safety.
Investigators have not said anything about a specific motive for the ambush. Neighbors in Lafayette are working to keep kids safe on their way to and from school after 2 students were hit in 2 separate crashes on Baseline Road.
9 News reporter Lawrence Cafidi is in Lafayette tonight, where parents have taken matters into their own hands. Lauren.
Parents are taking turns at the intersection before and after school to help keep everyone safe. They also put out these buckets. They say, "Take it to make it." Kids are encouraged to grab a flag here and hold it out as they cross the intersection.
A wake-up call and shocking. Absolutely shocking.
A community in Lafayette is joining forces.
That's probably 40.
After 2 cars hit 2 kids crossing Baseline Road last week within 24 hours.
It hits close to home. But as far as this stop, I'd be surprised if anyone gets off.
Jenny Fleetmeyer is here just in case.
Yeah. I want to help the drivers know about this crosswalk so that kids and our community can cross safely and confidently. So we want to set them up for success. And we love our IP community.
Parents organized a Facebook group and a Google Doc to take turns at Baseline and King.
Oh yeah, it's all of our friends.
And Baseline in Roser.
Did you just cross? Good job.
Where the 2 crashes happened last week. If kids cross while adults are not there, these buckets are locked down.
So yeah, they just pick a flag up, walk across when it's safe, and put it down on the other side. Use this to cross the road.
Different neighbors have included different ideas.
Willow!
Including Jenny's daughter.
We put up some slow down signs on the road, and we put them signs on these buckets that say "Take it to make it."
It feels good for Willow to work together, but she says it's not about her.
It's not supposed to be self-gratifying, so it's supposed to be for the people who got hurt, and I want to remember that as well.
It's about helping the community they live in, the community they love.
It takes a village, right, to raise these kids, and we look out for each other, and we want our kids to have freedom. And that takes all of us kind of pitching in and hanging out together, but also caring for one another.
Parents also tell me they are so thankful for the help from the Sheriff's Office and the Boulder Valley School District. The school district tells me they'll have at least 1 security agent at least one of the intersections through at least the end of the week. Live in Lafayette, Lawrence Cafidi, 9 News.